tell them. I was just concerned, I didn't want to get tired, so I thought we should sit on that. So I said, you know,
But the first one,
that I didn't want
it's the president. That's what that's the she gonna say that. But now just say, don't look out there.
Alright, y'all, we about to start, y'all. Miss Tracy, your mic look good, right?
I'm making sure right now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
I got it right here.
Oh, that's.
So when I say the first question, then I'll pass it and we go from there.
Yeah, like, just, y'all, like, you know, raise your hand so you feel like, so that way everybody ain't talking out of order. I mean, yeah, out of order, yeah. Alright. Action.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Tracy Brooks, your favorite realtor in Dallas, Texas. But listen, y'all know I'm down with Mental Health Action Day. Y'all know I've been about mental health with Your Pain Matters for the last 10 years now. And y'all know I've been partnered with MTV for Mental Health Action Day. This year, May 15th, we are not just taking action, we're using the A.S.K method. So I'm going to share with you guys what my partners over at MTV Entertainment Group has shared with their partners, which is us, to share with you all, okay? So what we're doing today, and I just want to share a quick synopsis of what's going on. This year's collective call to action will be check in with the A.S.K Stop, Drop, and Roll for providing emotional support to people in our lives. Well, what do we mean by that? Most young people turn to a friend when struggling with their mental health. However, 70% of their peers say that they don't know what to say or do to get help. Can you imagine that? They don't know what to say or do to get help, you guys. So that's why MTV, Active Minds and MTV created A.S.K, okay? The Stop, Drop, and Roll for emotional support for everyone can feel confident helping a friend, a colleague, or even a loved one. Well, how do you do that? When you check in, here is how you ask, okay? First, you acknowledge. What is someone going through? Just acknowledge it. I see what you're going through. I get that. I've been there. I understand it. Acknowledge it. Do not ignore it. Oh, you'll be all right. Acknowledge, okay? Second, the S is support by asking what they need. Do you need anything today? Can I get you something? You want to talk? You want to get something off your chest? You just want to shoot the breeze? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a jog? Do you need to take a ride? Do you need a drink? What do you need to do? Not a drink, but a drink like a soda or water or something. Keep in touch with that person. Show that you care. Keep in touch with them. Follow up with them. Give them a call. Hey, you know, we had a talk last week. You wasn't doing so good. I wasn't doing so good either. I'm doing okay now. I walked through the park. I hugged the tree. Now I feel better. And you can say, well, what did you do? You still good? You know, shoot, do we need to sit down and talk about this some more? Do we need to keep in touch? And this is why we're here today, okay? Because on May 15th, we'll be taking action on Mental Health Action Day. And I've got my super friends right here, right now, to help filter through some of the stuff that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that we never talk about, okay? So we're just gonna have a brief conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation because this is especially for you who are out there struggling with your mindset. You don't know what to do, you're feeling stuck, you're lonely, your friends aren't acting right, social media is too much. Your home, whatever the case may be, you need to reach out and talk to somebody. So we're about to get into it, you guys. I just hope you enjoy this conversation. I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank IRM Films. I want to thank Dallas Film Hub and all of the Dallas Film Hub partners for joining me and my partners with MTV for doing this today for Mental Health Action Day. So thank you guys, and let's go ahead and get started.
Hey.
So, mental health, as we know, is a very serious topic that we haven't really been discussing until COVID hit, right? And when COVID hit, mental health went through the roof. Suicide went through the roof. Domestic violence went through the roof. Suicide went through the roof. And we were all affected by it one way or another. Either we lost a loved one, we got sick, someone in our family got sick, and it was just like times were just changing so fast. And as times were changing, they were also pushing stuff on us to do, right? That we didn't really want to do. So that even caused more mental health because we didn't know what we were doing, what we were supposed to do. We were just trying to look to find out what was the best solution. So what we did was we figured, you know what, let's just have a conversation and let's keep moving instead of sitting stagnant in some energy that we're not sure of. And I'm so grateful for MTV for coming up with this idea of taking this mental health thing more public than just leaving it behind the scenes. Now, I've been dealing with mental health for a long time, since 2016. I went into a slight depression. My nephew killed himself through sexual abuse, you guys. Somebody called him a PA, and he did it. So it took me into a depression. I didn't know what to do. I created European Matters. Through European Matters, I created this collaboration of over 1,700 partners with MTV Entertainment Group. And I'm grateful to be a part of that. I'm grateful for you guys to be here to have this conversation. And thank y'all again for coming out. Thank you, WB IRR Films. Thank y'all so much. And what we need to do is go ahead and I just want to ask you guys, in dealing with mental health on a day-to-day basis, because it can be the small stuff. You know, it can be the dang dishwasher broke down and you got to go to work, but these dishes got to get clean. It could be the dog need to be walked, but you got to do your study for your real estate exam. It could be, you know, you need to go and change the flat tire, but you got to get this record done, right? So we all deal with stuff in different capacities and different levels. So I just want to ask you all to chime in and just share with the people, what are we going through on a day-to-day basis? What can we talk about to let people know that this thing is real and we as individuals deal with mental health on a day-to-day basis? Just getting through the day-to-day stuff. You know, sometimes just getting my hair right it can cause me to go through a whole episode. You know, and I'm just keeping it real. Take me 5 minutes to put my lashes on, and then I'm stressed. You know, so what is it for you guys, and who would like to start first on when you're dealing with mental health, what is it and what steps do you take? Or let's just talk about first some of the things that we deal with in mental health on a day-to-day basis. Who would like to start?
I'll start.
All right. Please announce yourself, your name, and your social media, please.
Well, my name is Randy Poncho G. Smith. I understand mental health. I'm a comedian, and I base my comedy on mental health. The reason why I base my comedy on mental health is because the mother of my child's brother is my daughter's uncle committed suicide, and he was 21 years old. He had everything going on, and he still committed suicide. So it was like, that really hurt my heart, because it was somebody I seen grow up, and I seen him all the time, every day at one time. And it's like, and I wasn't expecting him to even do nothing like that, because I really seen him grow up. And actually, when I seen that, I really dedicated my comedy and my art based to the mental health to let people know that you matter. And that's all I want to let people know, that you matter. You know, because you got to let people know. You don't know what people going through. You don't know how they feel when they alone by themselves and by themselves in their thoughts. You know, and that's big. That's why you got to check up on your people. You got to, just call a person and just say, I was just thinking about you, because you never know, how a person feels. Because after you lose your mother, your father, your grandparents, or whatever, you are not the same person. So if you ever lose your parent, it's like you losing like a part of you. Because, your parents, they gonna be there for you regardless if you do bad or do good. They still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Your parents will lie for you. So, you know what I'm saying? And nobody in the world gonna do anything for you. Your parents gonna do something for you. So you'll definitely feel like, yeah, I really lost somebody. Especially like all the advice that they give you all the time. Because you'll be going in life situations, that you could just ask your grandparents. You could just ask your mom, and they'll tell you, like, no, this is what you need to do, and this is how I do it. And it's like, damn, I ain't got that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I gotta remember everything they taught me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's kind of, so tell me something, when you're reflecting back on when grandma and mom was trying to school you on what to do, to stay out of certain lanes and stay in your own lane, and you didn't take the advice, but when you reflect back and you get into another situation, you can say, okay, I remember what she said. How does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like she was really looking out for you, or do you feel like, oh, she was really on my back?
Really, you know, at the time, you gonna always feel like they on your back, but when it happens and they not there, you like, oh, they was right there the whole time. They been had told me this. They been had already taught me this.
Yeah.
I already expected this. They already broke it down to me. You really gotta listen to your people. They not just telling you anything. They telling you for a reason. That's why we gotta listen to the elders.
That's right.
And that's the thing I hate about this generation. Everybody feel like they know everything. And it's like, no, you real life gotta go through people that real life been in real life experience situations. You know, that's why they say you gotta keep living. Because a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it 21, 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? Because like one thing about death, it ain't no age limit in death.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So you gotta be grateful for every day we all wake up.
And it ain't no if, it's a win. You know, it ain't no if, it's just a win.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta enjoy it and relish in the moments like now to have these kind of conversations to help the next person heal. Because by us having this conversation, there's somebody out there that's listening, going through this, and like, oh wow, look at those group of people really having a conversation. Now I feel safe to go talk to someone about what I'm going through. And that's really what it's about, just follow through and continue to have that conversation. So I think that was very, very, I appreciate you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Anybody wanna go next?
Anybody else?
They testimony.
We'll just go with this one.
Okay, my name is Honesty Unique. Y'all can follow my Instagram at I am Unique. The thing is, like, I can relate to like younger women, younger parents, because I had a baby at like 15 years old. And you have options, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have options to get rid of the child, adopt, whatever, but to really just like have like the strength to take on another responsibility at a young age, that's a lot, you know? So just touching bases on like the younger generation out there that's like having kids and stuff like that. Your life's not over, you know? Life still go on. You're gonna go through stuff every single day, but it's life and you're gonna get through it. Like, and I came a long way. Now I'm 28, but I'm a parent of 4 boys now. I got anxiety bad. So,
You're good.
but, yeah, and I came a long way, and I've been through a lot of stuff. You're gonna go through a lot of stuff. So that's just touching bases on like parents, just single mothers at a young age, whatever age, because just being a parent every single day, I'm tired, I'm sick, whatever I'm going through. I don't feel like being bothered. I just want to have some time to myself. It's the kid, mom. I gotta wake up. I gotta feed these kids 3 times, 4 times a day. I gotta figure out where we gonna eat somewhere else some days, you know. But that's a lot. It's a lot. And then just one thing I always said to myself, having a child, was I wasn't gonna let a child stop me from living my life. So it's a lot of people out here though, like just having one child, and they just like they fall into depression, especially right after having a baby.
The postpartum.
Yeah, the postpartum was like really bad with certain people. I think I only had it like 1 time, thank God, because I could have had it like 4 times having my first kid, but I only experienced it like once, and it's not a good feeling, not knowing what's going on, not knowing why you feeling, why you waking up feeling a certain way. You can't even pinpoint it yourself to sit and tell somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just live your life. Know that it's not over. If you need help, because some people don't have a village, and it really do take a village to raise a child. Some people don't have that support, but it's people out here that's not family, it's strangers out here that would love to help you and your kids. But you know, you gotta ask, you gotta reach out, you gotta let somebody know. And especially like in this generation, a lot of people wanna pretend and put on this persona like that they already got it going on, or you could be anybody on the internet. You know, you wake up and you just like showing people the good or showing people what you want to show them. Deep down inside, you're going through it. Deep down inside, your bills due and y'all lights off. You know what I'm saying? So don't be too prideful to reach out and ask for help. Because people come in your life for reasons. You can meet somebody just walking down the street and this person can help you and your kids and your situation. And never give up. Just keep going and it'll get better.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. Because you know, that was very powerful because I was a teenage mom.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some more teenage moms up there. I mean, not teenage moms, but other teenage moms that are listening that went through that struggle, that went through it first. You're too young to have children, to why you keep having children, to all these things, and now you're like have this stigmatism against you, and you're studying trying to be a good mom. You're studying trying to move forward in education and become the adult that you're going to be, but you have all these things coming against you. And for you to keep going, I just think I want to commend you. I want to congratulate you because it takes strength. It takes a lot of strength. And for you to share that with other young women out there that's out there dealing with this. Family don't want to support you. You know, you can't even get support to go to school because they're saying, no, you had a baby, you need to take care of the baby. Well, how can I take care of the baby if I don't go get an education? You know, so this is big, you guys, especially you young women out there who are having children at a young age or have had children at a young age. Don't let it stop you. Don't let that be the reason that you don't keep going forward. Thank you for that.
Hi, I'm Danny. I've struggled with depression since like elementary school up until like last December 2024. I never like did self-harm or anything, but I had a lot of suicidal ideation. I just had this voice in my head that would tell me that I would be better off dead, that I was a burden, and that all that stuff like that. And I decided one day that I was gonna lie to myself till I believed it. I was gonna fake it till I make it, and I told myself I'm gonna promise mom because I'm a happy person. It's just like a lot of people have put me down a lot, and that's something I realized. It's not who people see you as; it's who you know you are. And if you don't think you're somebody, that doesn't mean you're not somebody, because everybody is somebody. And you just have to find who you want to be and decide to be that person, because you can literally be who you want to be this second. You just have to make the choice of doing what you need to do, making the right choice, being nice. I found that the law of attraction and I found that karma are two things that I believe in, because I've done some good and I've gotten nothing back from it sometimes. Sometimes people take advantage of your niceness. You have to learn to accept those defeats and try to not waste your time on people that don't reflect the same passion towards you. But basically, every time I have someone in my head that says, you can't do this, you can't do that, I say, yes, I can. I have delusional confidence because that's what I feel you need to succeed. And yeah, people think I'm crazy for it, but I think it works.
I love that. You said delusional confidence. Who can identify with that? Delusional confidence. It's like, how many people, us women, put on makeup and we don't feel good? Just to look good. It's like, I got it. How many of us men gonna get our hair twisted or braided or cut, get that trim, or get that, just to be like, yeah. When you're just not feeling so good. So I like that delusional confidence. That is such a strong, profound, like everybody in here can identify with what you just said. And that's so powerful, and then you tell the people how they can reach you.
Pancake_44 on YouTube. My Instagram is Danny, DANI, and then Pancake44.
Thank you so much. Pass the mic.
You got it.
That was good.
From the heart.
We all go through stuff, but it be like the strongest ones that like never get the courage or words to, uplift them. Cause like if you got a smile on your face, they be like, you good. And then you all alone. And shit, you gotta play it off and keep it cool and keep going, no matter what. And just keep going. That's why, cause like, you probably find someone, you open up to. But when you out and about, you're gonna hold it in. Cause like, it's not that you don't want to show what you're feeling. It's like, you gotta stand up for yourself or like stuff like that. Cause like, people don't want to see that. And it's like that, so you gotta like keep going, and then sometimes you gotta motivate yourself. And when you motivate yourself, that's the best motivation to keep going. And people won't see that and go off of that. And you're gonna be, you gotta be strong for yourself. Because if you ain't strong for yourself, you're gonna be strong for you. God, He gonna always be there.
Yeah.
And that's when you gotta, believe it and keep going. Because that, other people got their problems, so you can't like sit there and be mad, like sad, none of that. Because like you gotta understand that people got problems. And when you understand that, you gonna realize you strong for yourself. Because like they gotta be strong for themselves. You see, everybody ain't gonna be able to comprehend with your problem because they probably deep in the ground and you don't even know. You see? And you gotta think about that, and like you can't think about yourself. You gotta, it's like the world, when you out in the world, you gotta think about everybody else. And then you gotta find that person to think about you. And you gotta understand that like you can't be mad, sad, or like be depressed or none of that. But you can feel all these feelings, but you can't like let it hold on to you because everybody going through it and you don't know. So, and what you don't know, you ain't gonna show. It's just like that.
That's your question.
You gotta keep moving.
When did you realize it? Like, when did they like click for you? Like, what was the trial and error before you said, oh, you know what I mean? What was that trial and error like before you actually learned that to be able to handle it like you handle it?
Shit, when you deep in your thoughts, that's how you do it. Yeah.
Deep in your thoughts.
Yeah.
Deep.
And then you finally realize when you like speak everything out to that person you're supposed to speak it out to. Everybody got a person.
Yeah.
So shit, you gotta find it.
Yeah. It's they're waiting right there, right?
Yep.
It's their first line, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's good niggas.
You can't tell anybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was powerful.
Yeah, that
I'm
was.
sitting here holding back my tears and I had to let them out. I appreciate you saying that because what you were saying, I felt it so strongly because sometimes when we go through it,
Yeah.
we're expected to be strong. We're expected to be this face, this persona or whatever, because we all are someone in our lives. Like we all have things going on that people look to us to entertain them or to bring something to their lives.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to be vulnerable and step into knowing that, it's okay you don't feel good today. It's okay.
Yeah.
But you can still reach out to someone, like you said, and talk to somebody. So I just felt that message so deeply that it really touched me. And I thank you for sharing this and let the people know how they
I go by text or Instagram, STL, text or.
thank you.
Cool.
Well.
Hello, I'm Wafiana, A.K. Little Dog, and I'm from Today's Entertainers with Little Dog. Just like to find me on all the social medias. My profile is connected to that. for me, I have dealt with a lot of anger as well as a lot of depression. And mostly what it was a lot of self-hate as well as a lot of depression that led to anger. And growing up, you know, I was the oldest child, so parents didn't know how to be parents. My mom, she went through a lot of really horrendous stuff on the reservation, and so she didn't know how to be a nurturer. And so her way of raising us was basically we had to be warriors. And warriors showed no weakness. Warriors were ready to throw down at any moment. And so there were times where I got jumped or I got into fights, and the only reason I got in trouble was because I lost them. And then I'd go home, and then she would, I guess it was her way of making her lesson of how I should fight, was by showing it to me, on me. And so eventually she got to the point where she said, look, if you get into a fight at school and you don't finish it, then when you come home, you're gonna have to deal with me and I'll finish it. And so after that, I didn't lose the fight again. And I was raised to not show any weakness. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell anybody what you're going through, because it's nobody's business. They're not going to care anyways. And so I was raised a lot like that, as well as, you know, my biological father wasn't in the picture. He was too busy being involved in gang activity to really be a part of it. So my mom had left him whenever she didn't want to be part of that lifestyle anymore. And so she would take a lot of that out on me because I would remind her of my dad. And so that led to a lot of the self-hate and turned into anger, and even to the point to where one of the schools I went to, because she was preparing us to go back to the reservation, because the reservation is like that. There's a lot of oppression there, there's a lot of anger there, you know, squinting into the sun, those are fighting words. Looking at somebody just in their general direction, those were fighting words. And so when I was up there, I would get into fights almost every single day while I was going to school. And whenever I left the reservation, I still had that mindset. And so whenever I was traveling around, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was headphone guy. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anybody talking to me. And I was a big athlete in school because, you know, that's how I would take out some of my anger. I played football. I did track and field. I did all the events in track and field. I was in Junior Olympics for cross country. It was some of the ways that I would release some of my anger. And what it ended up taking was I was living up here in DFW. I had to leave Texas for a while. I'd gotten myself into some trouble, so I saw no other way than just leave. So after I left, I was staying with some friends from high school up in Arizona, and I was doing a little bit of fighting. I was working. They started trying to charge me more and more. You know, I was doing my friends' college psychology classes. I didn't realize that college psychology actually makes you deal with your own stuff in order to deal with somebody else's. But I wasn't ready to put myself through that. I ended up leaving because they kept raising how much I had to pay. And so I ended up joining a door-to-door crew. I sold magazines door-to-door for a while. After a while, I quit, and I traveled around to some of the hot spots I wanted to go. During that time, I had no phone. I was traveling around, you know, I was catching rides. Eventually, I was able to get a bicycle, get a backpack, get a tent. And I would travel around. I had absolutely no phone, no technology. So I had no choice but to sit there and focus on myself. And after that point is whenever I stopped being angry. And all I was going through was just quarterly depression through the fourth quarter of every year. And then a couple of years ago, I finally was able to get over that because I did get to meet my biological father about 4 years ago. He passed away 2 years ago due to his struggle with cancer. And I got to be there last week. It was that was tough. Because I got to see the good side of him. He had left all that life behind him. Like about a decade before, I was just too angry to talk to him. I had actually wished that I had gotten more time with him. That I hadn't been so angry and so angry with myself because I was like him. But after I got to meet him, I got to meet the good side of him, you know. I did see that I was like him, and it wasn't a bad thing the way that we were like, because he was actually a really, really cool guy. he was the life of the party. And even in his last days, he was still that same guy. And, you know, one thing I didn't realize was that one of my half brothers had shared some old family videos of him when he was younger, and he looked like, because I'm really grateful to my stepdad for raising me since I was 2. But they looked exactly alike almost, except my stepdad wasn't, you know, a life of the party. He was a very quiet guy versus my biological dad, who was the life of the party. And, you know, whenever I met him, it was like, I guess my mom had told me, you know, I'd said, there's my dad right there. But I believe in my mind what had happened was that I was trying to replace my dad, who I missed because I did get 2 years with him when I was first, you know, when I was born. And, you know, that after that realization, I was able to let go of a lot of that quarterly depression. And then I was able to focus a lot of my emotions and access a lot more emotions that I had before and put it into my acting to make, you know, I couldn't access, you know, sadness. There was a whole lot of things that would have felt like it was locked inside of me that growing up I couldn't show. And then I entered the acting world, and that's a whole different kind of stress because it is a money pit. You gotta pay for professional headshots. You gotta pay for acting training. You gotta pay to put a reel together. And none of it is cheap. It is a different struggle. And then the work, it's up, it's down, it's up. It's very much like self-employment. You know, sometimes the work is coming in good. You got, you know, 10, 15 jobs booked up. Next thing you know, it's a downside. Nobody's returning any of your casting calls. Nobody's asking for audition. And it's like, dang, what is wrong with me? But that's a time to kind of sit back and go through, you know what? It's time to better myself. And so that's how I've shifted my energy from feeling that feel of rejection to, hey, there's, you know, I need to get better. I need to get better at my craft. I need to focus on doing better as an actor and taking care of my personal life to make sure my finances are in order while it's a down season. And so for me, I find that I do best whenever I don't focus on any of the stress at all and just keep it focused upwards. And so it's taken me a long time to get there, but I was finally able to get there as well.
Thank you for sharing. That was very, very powerful, and I like that you had mentioned, you know, you had to overcome some things, but you got to spend those last few moments with your father. And you got to see the good side of him that was inside of you. And you can let that transcend on to your children if you have children in the future. Or now you can share that love, those last few moments that you have with dad. You can share those a lifetime of memories with your children and make sure they don't have to have that separation from you. So thank you so much for sharing. That was amazing.
Hey, G. Yeah. Yep.
My name is Debo34 and King. You can find me on Facebook, Debo King, IG, 3400 King _I am. Well, yeah, man, depression, anxiety, like it's really like a little messed up situation because I still suffer from depression, anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. I thought I was depressed young growing up. I ain't find out what depression was till I lost my mom. You know what I'm saying? So when I lost my teacher, depression hit me tough, like real tough. Like I was locked in a half shower, no water, no lights. For 3 years, I had places to go. People loved me. I had money in my bank account from my mama. But when you depressed for real, you don't want to see nobody. You don't want to deal with nobody. Rainy coming by trying to feed me. I'm stopping her at the door. Don't want to see the living condition. You know what I'm saying? Depression is real, man. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but I heard a few people say something about like hide and don't do that. Cause there's people that do care and don't know. Cause you do put that mask on, and it's like, okay, you good. You know what I'm saying? But now let people know you're not good. Let people know you're not good. Cause somebody does care, you know what I'm saying? Nobody don't care, I care. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was alone. I never let nobody go past me, sad, depressed, or any type of issues. You got me, you know what I'm saying? We'll go do it together. You know what I'm saying? And last thing I gonna say, man, self-care is the best care. Take care of yourself. And that starts with knowing yourself. That starts with knowing I am depressed. This ain't, I'm not, you didn't make me mad, you didn't make me mad, you didn't make me sad. There's something going on up here, you know what I'm saying? Let me take care of myself, you know what I'm saying? Before it goes left, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, man, take care of yourself, man, love yourself. Can't love nobody, you don't love yourself.
How you take care of yourself?
Take care of yourself and understand yourself. When you understand yourself, you're not gonna fake smile. You're gonna be like, I'm not right, you know what I'm saying? You don't get around people that's gonna help you be right, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna uplift you, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna push you, they're gonna help you shake. And if they don't, they're gonna be like, what do we need to do to shake this? They're not gonna give up just because. I try to be nice to them, they being mean to me. That ain't love. Ain't love. Like they got mother's love, but how many times do we mess up? You know what I'm saying? And they still love us. That's real love, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they messed up. I'm hurt. I still love it. That's all I do. But that's all I want to say, man. Hey, I love y'all, everybody in this room right here.
Hey, clap it up for him, y'all. Let's clap it up for him.
Pass it.
Hello, I'm Samantha, aka Samsational. You can find me on Instagram on _Samsational. Me personally, I take mental health extremely serious because it actually runs through my family. We suffer from bipolarness and schizophrenia. I literally watched one of my favorite people, God rest his soul, my Uncle Terry. I watched him go from literally being like a neat freak, just very clean cut, to he turned about 33 and his whole like demeanor and personality changed. And he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So that was very hard to watch, just him grow from that transition. So I even when I'm kind of talking to myself sometimes, I don't know if you ever catch yourself talking to yourself. It's pretty normal, but for me sometimes I kind of freak out like, you know, like, oh, I'm in my 30s. My uncle, I watched this happen to my uncle, so it's really near and dear to me. So I definitely feel like I wouldn't say I suffer from depression, but I do have moments where I feel like I don't have purpose. I don't know what I'm doing. I have this vision in my head since I was a kid how life was gonna be. And then I'm here and it's nothing like that. And sometimes it's like a slap in the face and you get real down on yourself and you find yourself not being able to pick yourself out of bed and just kind of move forward because you're just at a standstill and you're stuck and you don't really know where to start. So I brought her because this is one of my motivations. Sometimes I just gotta get out the bed to let her go use the bathroom, and sometimes that's enough to start my day. So having her is a really good support system. Again, like I heard other people say, don't bottle it in. I found myself putting myself in this bubble, and I'm a real bubbly person. I like to be social, but when I get in those moods, sometimes it's hard to get it out, and I'm not speaking to anybody. But once I open up and I start talking and just, like you said, letting people know I'm not okay. People don't check on their strong friends. They think you okay. You got your makeup on, you got your outfit, but sometimes inside you're dying, like literally from the inside out, and you gotta let that out. So self-care, me personally myself, setting myself on a schedule, waking up with purpose, not just thinking about myself, actually feeling like I want to have an impact, be part of something great, also helps. So yeah, just take care of yourself. If you need extra help, don't be scared to get the extra help. If you have insurance, a lot of insurance companies, they give you a couple free sessions. Get yourself started. Look for research. If you don't have a big support system, there are things out here that will support you. And just, don't be afraid to ask for help. And somebody does love you out here. If nobody told you today, like you said, I love you. So yeah.
Love you, son.
I have a kind of strange kind of story. I'm closer to Marino's story than anybody else's. So first of all, thank you for sharing that because a lot of men don't tell about the pain that they go through. excuse me, I don't know, this is not easy for me for real, because I normally don't open up all the way to people unless I'm really close to them. And if I ain't been like that with you, then there's certain parts of me you just simply don't know. But I'm one of those people that actually suffer in silence. I mastered the art of walking around and everything's okay. And it actually is okay because I live every moment for the moment. But then when the silence returns and everything else can happen to return to. Oh, shit. So, alright. Long story short, I don't have a beginning like most people. Like, I've never seen love in my mother's eyes. Not from the baby on up. I never understood she was mean. And like you, if I got into a fight, didn't matter how many it was, I had to take them all on, or she beat my ass and then see me back out there and finish that fight. And how many times I lost, how many times I had to go up. So, you know, and yeah. Long story short, I grow up trying to keep everything cool. Pretty much, I became a fighter in my group. I was the one that kept all my nerve friends safe. But I always grew up kind of expendable. So I never thought I was supposed to have a life. I always thought that I was supposed to die for the people I cared about. So I never gave a freak about dying, looking down guns, and I've done all that. There's been many times my life has been on the line just because it's like you're not gonna hurt anybody I care about. Well, I grow up, I have a family, get married, and life is okay. But I'm in a relationship where I'm the workhorse. I'm the one pulling, no one understands me and have emotions, no one understands me and go through things, me and stress. So even though my wife would be somewhat of a distressor, I'm still holding in things and don't know why I'm feeling the way I feel, dreaming what I dream. And the most important person in the world was my great aunt. She was the one peace of mind place that I could go to her house. Well, she ends up dying right around my birthday. And the year after that, around the same time, her daughter dies, and they have the most pictures of me and my whole family. And I was like, you know what, I gotta leave my stuff. And I go over there and I see baby pictures of me that I never seen before. I don't recognize that child. It looked like I was a POW of war, like somebody set my ass on fire. I saw pictures of me with no skin. I saw somebody just pretty much, and this is from 0 to 5. So I flipped for a second. I crashed out almost. My wife was there. She made sure that I was cool. I hired a private investigator to find out what the freak was wrong with my parents. Well, my mother, shall I say, because my father wasn't in my picture. Not like that. And pretty much found out that something happened to her. She hated me and I was born. And all that aggression went out on me until my auntie saved my life. So the reason why I model is because my auntie took pictures, and those pictures saved my life. So I do it as a ode to say thank you, because no one ever told me a damn thing about this shit. My whole family. So the reason why I do all my stuff is because of this stuff. So then that year, my wife died 30 days after my birthday. And so, to honor her, I started doing my poetry and I started acting. I walked straight from the funeral right into Dallas funeral. I left everything on the camera. I left everything on the camera and just went to work. And so for 3.5 years, I've only been in my house for like 4 hours a day, or sleep for 4 hours a day, because I just gotta keep going. I can't stop until everything's flipped. I wanted to build, I've never seen love in the beginning. And I feel like that'd be a nice place to end. So, but I walked when at my wife's funeral, pretty much, right before my wife's funeral, I counseled everything. I pretty much told my dad at her grave, it's a good place for our relationship to die. I never want to see you again. I'm loving and you never want to see my mom again. I walked away, I only have a sister and an uncle. Now, of course, I only have a sister and uncle that I actually care about. Outside of that, I walked away from everybody, and for the last 3 years, I dealt with all this on my own. But I did a lot of research, on mental health, so I would stay safe. So like, I was aware like when my body needed a touch, it's like, okay, I got a massage appointments, because I needed that. Or if I needed to be around people, I chose my family. My family was the Dallas Film Hub. I chose people wisely, because I dealt with anger for a long time. And at one point, my wife was my point of relaxation. She knew how I moved. She knew how to keep me calm. But now without her, I've had to spend 3 years without having to run through everybody. I remember when she first died. I remember when I first went back to work. I remember walking up in there and telling everybody I stood in the middle of the floor. I'm like, none of you. And my boss only halfway like you. Y'all get in my way too many times, y'all might as well fire me rather than deal with it. I'll let you know right now. And nobody's blocking me since. I got more freedom at my job than anybody else. But that's stress free for sure. But in doing all this, I will be honest. It gave me a greater chance to learn me, it gave me a greater chance to deal with my anger. Because after a while, you can't run from it. You can't, my wife was taking me from COVID, and after looking for the nigga who made COVID for a while, I couldn't find the nigga. Ain't nobody to beat up, so. So you have to deal with it. And what I've learned is trauma is like a crystal ball. It's your memory is like a crystal ball, and when it breaks, it scatters everywhere. The only way you can fix yourself is put that ball back together. So you can understand why you had to go through it, what rewards, because every trauma has a reward to it. That's why we are artists. I put all my stuff on the canvas. When anybody hears my poetry, they might make fun of me, but you can hear my passion. You can hear that even around me. My whole thing is I don't even allow too much negativity around me. If you're around me, I want to build you up positively, because I don't want to build another world where I come from. No one will ever look at me and know where I come from because I didn't let it stick with me. I don't wear it. But I just hope they never have to open it up, but I don't wear it. So my only thing for mental health, if I just tell anybody to do anything, know you. Keep tabs on you. Know what your body needs. If you're angry and you don't know why you're angry, get around people or turn on the comedy because you still control your emotional state. That's how I stay cool as I laugh. Whenever I get too angry, it's like, all right, I need to put on some Eddie Murphy or something so I can at least not be in this mood. I'll control you, and hopefully that's enough. So I'm gonna pass the mic because I think I done shared a lot. I don't know anybody. And I'll say this, a lot of men don't talk about their traumas, about not like being close to their mothers and stuff like that. Me, for the longest time, I thought I had to save my mother, not knowing she was my enemy. And that's the easiest way I can put that. I took care of my mama for as long as I could until I realized she didn't care about me like that. But that wasn't the end of the world for me, but it's a lot, when I hear people say, like, I gotta take my mama for me, that's a sad thing for me, because I don't know what that feels like. No more, or anything like that, or if your mother's gone, I wish my mother was gone for a long time. And it's not bad, dude. If you went through it, if you saw it. If I show you my pictures, if I show you one picture, I've never seen a single person that can look at my baby pictures and not cry. Not one. Except for her, yeah. There you go.
That was powerful, and thank you so much for sharing that story. Like, seriously, thank you so much. I had to come over here and sit next to him because I know his story, and I just wanted to let him know, as you said, you love us, and we love you, and I love every last one of you. So thank y'all for sharing, and I just want to come and give you that support.
Thank you.
I am Claudia Fadia Aguilar, and you can find me at Dallas Film Hub. And I think as a society, we have to acknowledge and realize that, mental health is a serious thing that we don't want to, I think we want to push it away to the side like it doesn't affect me, or that's not me. But I think some way or another, we all have it in one form or another. Because I think, some way, we either grew up, because I think all of the family, I think everybody's family has some kind of dysfunctionality. I don't think anybody's perfect. So I think we grow up and we just think that it's normal. And, but I think some way or another, I think along the line, we all deal with it. But we don't want to acknowledge that it's, it's that bad or it's so serious, because, we're not that person. Or we don't want to, or that it's affecting us in some way. Because I think there's a lot of people, they got affected, and it's just generational. And so they got affected by it, and maybe they have a personality disorder, but something that maybe that it's uncontrollable, or because they didn't acknowledge that it is a personality disorder, they just live that way, and they make their kids or their family members deal with it like, this is me, and take it for what it is, and you have to live with me and deal with it. And I think one major thing is, I said, as a child, so children go through it and we grow up. I think all of us grow up through something. And women, because I'm a woman, so I think a lot of the society, they don't, that whole abusive thing with the men, it's got to be acknowledged. Verbal abuse, not just the physical abuse, because again, I said a lot, even women sometimes, they want to normalize it, or they want to say, oh, well, he's a man, it's okay, and I think, and a lot of people just do it, and they're like, it's normal, where's somebody who has a perfect relationship? Obviously there isn't one, but you gotta realize, no, this isn't how it's supposed to be, and you gotta take your stand and be firm and say, no, I'm not gonna do it this, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And because there's a lot of selfishness, I think, like narcissistic people, and they will try to tell you, you're the one that has a problem, and it's not me. And if you believe that, that's not good. You gotta, so I feel like, for a time, I had to deal with someone like that, and it got me in depression, I think. But God, for me, God, He's the one that got me out of everything. If it hadn't have been for Him, yeah, I'd be dead. It's just, He's the one for me, and staying positive, like everyone has said, you have to keep yourself motivated, because if you don't do it, because we do want to appear strong, we don't let everybody know, so we have to get into our head and tell us, I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be okay, but you have to be that strong person and acknowledge that. Fight for your happiness, fight for yourself, fight for the right way, even if people are telling you it's okay or it's normal, and that's your children's father, you're supposed to be with him, or this or that, or all the men are the same, it's not gonna be any better with anyone else. You have to be strong for yourself and love yourself enough to say, no, it's not, and I'm not gonna be unhappy. I deserve to be happy, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to do something about it. And so I think as a society, we all have to acknowledge that for the whole society, because taking hands and doing something about it, and acknowledging and doing something, like that's the purpose of this program, to speak and say something, and make changes. Because if we don't, I mean, it's just suffering. It's just pure suffering. So we should ask each other how we're doing so we can support each other and continue to support each other and just keep that up. And this is how we move as human beings, as a whole, as children of God, because I believe that's all of us. All of us are children of God, and we all lift each other up. Just like someone said, just anybody, you make somebody's day when you just smile at them or you ask them how they're doing. So it's important. It's important to keep in touch with each other and support this mental health program. Thank you, everybody.
I like what you said about, you know, just being vulnerable and speaking up, because that's something that we don't do. And in this time of day, if we don't speak up like we all did tonight, we would have all been walking out of here with this on our hearts and saying, I should have said something, I could have said something, and now I'm going home to deal with this by myself. We're here in this safe space. You were able to share your pain. You were able to be heard, know that you're heard, be supported, and know that you're loved, right? And I think that's what's important for everyone in the world to know. It's okay to share, and that's why we're asking people to ask. Acknowledge that they're in pain, right? Keep up with them, you know, keep in touch. No, you ask. I'm gonna read this so I can get this right. You're gonna acknowledge first that someone is going through something. And I think everyone here was pretty vulnerable and letting us know that we, at one point of our lives, if not now still, we're going through something. Two, like you said, support. You know, us sitting here, support. Hearing each other's stories, sharing each other's stories, just listening. You knowing we're listening to you, you feel supported, okay? And then that third key is to keep in touch. So to keep in touch, what can we do to keep in touch? Can we do this once a month and come together and talk about mental health to help others? Can we post on our social media, I'm not okay today, did you check in with your neighbor? What can we do to keep it going? Because today is just one day. And this thing is gonna go out in this one day. But what about tomorrow? When you wake up and you don't feel so good. When you wake up and you think about your ancestors. When you think about the things that you need to deal with, and it's all these things in your mind that you need to think about. When you're over here thinking about your children, or your wife, or your life, or your health, and you feel like you're by yourself, right? It's a thing for us to say, hey, we can come together, create a safe place, and then support each other at the same time. So I know we can go on and on about mental health and awareness. We got one more person. That's right. I got one more person.
Two more people.
Two more people. Wait a minute.
Who else?
No, just take that part out.
Oh.
What we're gonna do is we have to finish up. Pass the mic.
Yeah, this is
Yeah. So let's keep passing the mic.
yeah. Don't we just got Charlie? Yeah.
D?
I didn't hear me.
Oh, you going too?
Who
Yeah, I told you I
say
want
best
to go
way?
last.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm Charlie Business, big business. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. My Instagram was Charlie Business. I grew up off of struggle and survival. I'm blessed to be able to grow up off of both. My parents, I grew up in the 90s. My parents was on dope, you know what I mean? So we grew up with granny, you know what I mean? So I always had less than, and I always had to figure things out. I slept head to feet with my cousin, you know? They killed my cousin in 2015. They shot him 5 times. It's Bloody Valentine's on First 48. favorite cousin, he was like my brother. He taught me how to rap, taught me everything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been the same since. I went to a deep depression. I lost myself. I didn't want to do no music. I didn't want to get no money. I didn't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? I really locked into the studio, and I found out the studio was a ventilation for me. So I go in the studio and I wasn't right. I go in there and I bet. I just punch. And I think that was the way I could express myself. Some people do music just, trying to just do music, to get it out. And I found that to be true. Then acting came on. And I always wanted to do such a thing. I felt as if I had, I did some things afterwards that I ain't proud of, you know what I mean? And, how can you tell me I agree? You know what I mean? Hurt people. I know it ain't no excuse, I ain't the strongest. Turning the other cheek was kind of, that's kind of hard for me. I ain't strong as my father. Find some sense. That's why mental health is very important. And I try to find a happy space. And the people that you surround yourself with, kind of make it easier to do. Doctors hang with doctors. Basketball players hang with basketball players. You see what I'm going through. I don't know. I feel as if find a group of people or just even one. You feel as if you can't open up, which I know can be hard to open up. So, because people are usually against you. People be having intentions and tactics. You know what I mean? I can tell you my secrets and the next day, you turn into a foe. And, I don't know. That's why I guess it'd be hard to open up. But yeah, check on your strong. Check on your strong friends.
Don't pass the mic. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Nah, for real.
We value you being vulnerable right
Nah,
now
for real.
because this is what all the strong men out there need to know, that it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to acknowledge that you're not okay. Because there's somebody out there who cares that you don't feel well and want to come love on you. Sit down, have a conversation, share a sandwich, break some bread, go for a walk, have a talk, whatever the case may be. It just might be give you a hug, look at you and laugh, crack a joke. But that's the thing that keeps us going. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have to see what we talking about mental health. So
Well, tell us who you are.
okay, my name is Last G, not Dallas G, but the Last G. And I guess I could say I'm not okay. So I like to be in control, I would say. I've learned that about myself. But not in a way where it's detrimental to anybody, but it's you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and hide it. And if you don't, I can take a yes like a no, like a yes, But here recently, me being I was told by me, I'm an awesome dad. I take it with pride because I don't want my dad to just pull up on me. I don't want him to pull up on me and just cheat or watch a nigga shoot three or shoot, you know what I'm saying? Teach me how to hit this female to somebody that just try to pull or something, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm the oldest out of my siblings. So I think I let somebody to lean towards when it comes to that because I just talk to myself in the mirror or like I do read affirmation for myself. Like I don't lie to myself. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fucked up, I'm fucked up. Oh my bad, I'm tripping. If I messed up, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not no big deal because I know it comes with the territory of life and it ain't changed since I came out and realized it. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to put God first in everything. It can be the smallest thing. I'm talking about it can be like you picked up a penny out the damn like I'm handle you. I don't care if I wasn't feeling when you were there, you did stink, or I just don't want to talk to you or something like that. I'll change because I leave with God. And the second one is self-accountability. When I read my dad, he went in my life alone. I mean, I said my life he passed away, but when he started realizing, I guess I'm trying to step on, he was like, oh no, I can't even explain. But since I had my son and my children, he's been making efforts sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So the best advice he gave me since he's been in my life is when you know, you know, you know. And a lot of times we fight with our first mind, which is really God talking to you. It's the most high telling you the answer that you're looking for, and you really playing with him when you try to go with that second mind, which potentially be the devil. There's nothing else. That's why you see the cartoons with shit on people's shoulders. That shit real, y'all. Like, y'all said, we got the answers, and we play with ourselves. I stopped playing with myself not in that way. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, we ain't going out there. That's insanity to keep on doing something over and over with special results, you know? So then, stop. So then, you know, when I threw loyalty in there, because I'm a very loyal person, you know what I mean? If I rock with you, I rock with you, man. Please don't slap my hand because I ain't hit your hand. Please. Have nice me. Cause I don't want to play with you like that because I'm going to go there all the way and I don't want to have to do that. You know what I mean? That's how I cope with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you already with a smile, like, you know what I'm saying? Please be nice to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm swear I'm going to be nice to you. You know what I mean? So, see, all y'all just, you know, y'all have a situation that might bring us down, make us feel like they want to share the tear, but ultimately, y'all, we got this in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your first mind run your world. And see what God take it. That's the meaning of living going with God. You can't dictate it, but if you feel like this, like that, cry, let it out. That's all, man, you gotta let it out. Because once you let it out, you might feel, you might not. You might gotta do an ugly cry just to get the rest out. You know what I'm saying? Go get it out. You know, you gotta pray with it. Just accept it. Let go and let God accept it. It ain't gonna change. All it's gonna change is if you allow it to change. Like he said, he had to finesse his mind. I call that positively finessing. I do that to my kids. He falling down, like, hey, look at you. You got the dirt in your head. Boy, ain't no stretch on you. What is that little boy? Man, this boy tough. I'm talking about he play football, like he real laid and cool, but when it's time to get aggressive, he's aggressive. All because I tripped him when he first started walking. Knowing, not being a butthole, but knowing, you know what I'm saying, and seeing it, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, tell y'all man, just put God first, you know, and worry about you. It ain't never them, it's always you. As long as you everybody like that, you're gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? And whatever situation you put yourself in, you do your part. I don't care. If they piss you off, I don't care if they did something, you like, oh, no, you stay down your morals and you have your business, and I guarantee you're gonna get rain with gifts from God. Yeah, really time. So, yeah, love y'all.
Yeah, love you more.
Hey Tracy, can you give me a quick outro because we running low on batteries?
Okay, so I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for taking your time out today to share this special moment in time with Your Pain Matters. Because like I said before, we can't see your pain, but your pain definitely matters, okay? And this is from my heart to yours. I do want you to know that I love each and every one of you in a very special way. That if you ever need me for anything, reach out to me. Conversation, a hug, a laugh, a smile, a joke, I am here. And I want to follow up with everyone here to make sure we still in a good, safe space. You know, we sharing, we getting it out now, but what about the aftermath? What after the cry? After communication, you go home, you had a talk with yourself. I want us to continue to stay in touch with each other and make sure we still in that same good space that we leave in here today. Just by sharing, is caring. And each and every one of you had something very serious to share with us, and I know you care, and I know you care enough to share your story to help someone else heal. So again, I commend you all, and I thank you all for sharing this time with me and my partners, global partners around the world with Mental Health Action Day. We're asking people to ask, acknowledge, support, and keep in touch. And Your Pain Matters. Call a friend, give somebody a hug, pay something forward that you would want to be paid forward to you, and know that your pain matters, and and just keep moving forward and don't ever stop. I thank y'all so much. This is Tracy Brooks with GB2K. Have a great rest of your day.
Hey.
The whole group ain't here. The whole group ain't here.
Where the crew? Where the crew? Okay, y'all. On the count of 3, we're gonna say your pay matters. Wait, what? Well, we gotta get the rest of the Come on, y'all, get in here. Individual special souls. Thank you so much for bringing us together. Thank y'all for everybody who came. I just appreciate and I acknowledge y'all and I value you all. And on the 3, we're gonna say your pay matters. 1, 2, 3. Your pay matters!
Alright, great time.
Great time.
Oh, yeah, we done.
Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. I had to do the other thing. I did. Wait a minute.
Man, y'all, all y'all help me in my business. I'm just gonna be real. Thank you so much. I love you too.
She said she didn't prepare for all of that. She said she didn't prepare for all of that, baby. Okay. Yes, that was so good. That was so good. I'm always down for applause.
Ain't a little snack birthday.
I know you said
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise, it's
People ain't gonna let everybody
Yeah, you like too much.
Yeah, you gonna be like, girl. You can tell
on that ledge, but I wasn't gonna do that. But I wanted to do that music video on that ledge. Maybe we can talk to
bye, y'all.
Y'all feel free to take anything. Y'all wanna take some snacks on my house.
I ain't being vulnerable no more this year. That's the last time I heard that's the do something about this right quick. We're not having it.
Yeah, Nemo took the wins out there. That's the way it is. That was
Oh, and it's later because that day, right? 2 days.
Okay, y'all. I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. It's gonna be a fun.
Y'all listen, I really want to do this once a month. And I'm getting ready to move into a larger office.
we could meet up at the office and like maybe get the kids involved and do some bigger stuff than just us. Because we the baseline, but it's more people that we can help.
Yeah.
If each person brings 3, 4, 5 people, then everybody shares and telling the story. So I'm gonna get it together and I'll be in touch.
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't going no deeper into that, so it doesn't get
You
worse.
don't have to go in that story. You just know when the time comes, you use it easier.
And then I gotta give my, I'm sorry, I got too deep, I got to say,
Hey, that's okay. He gonna look what I'm like when he was put y'all down.
well, I have a name, but I didn't do my social media.
Or you can do something with your life and you will set you up. Like, do like a TikTok.
Y'all forget this one, what shit is?
It's only getting better.
Okay, everybody do me a favor and sign this real quick so I can get y'all information.
I call it money back in theory.
Okay, start here.
Y'all need to start after a 5-minute segment.
But
Everybody just
that's
say
actually,
name
this is real
and
deal.
Well, that's all,
IG
we don't do
and
it.
follow each other.
We don't do it
And
again.
like and
Okay,
share
everybody right now,
videos.
let's
like-
follow each other right now.
Okay.
Whoever got a phone, pick out your phone and let's follow each other
I
right
follow
now.
everybody in here.
I'm gonna tell you, so the money I have, they were seeing something else. But they look, and they don't do it, they were just showing them in there. So they said that was completely sick.
Okay. Sam? So
So when it shows that sometimes the baby had an
It's all in the territory, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like something I fought with so many years. And it's like, telling people not to call me Sam is crazy. Like, once I grew up, I'm like, that's crazy.
But you know what I heard like, okay, so like, Samantha, right?
And so that's
And
what
then you say you call me Samantha.
So I look at
I heard,
what happens
his
to
name
me
is Roderick.
was building me up like the baby honey back. Even though it wasn't done for love, I was love. So they forced me to look, it's still forced me to be more purpose driven. Everything I do.
No, he's
All my art is
talk about
to something I want in the future.
Yeah, but anyway, that was said we weren't putting it down.
So it's
Like,
pretty
I
much always the same place to
but I just said that because that's what you said.
push me back up because it's, I didn't come this far, I didn't go this far for nothing. I didn't come this far for nothing.
So like,
That's,
I'm either too stupid or too stubborn to give up. I was figuring out which one to get.
no, you know, anybody back at school, your mother made you fight.
Now, hold on.
So
hold on,
you
back,
don't,
don't
you
look
got
too much.
everybody got to fight.
I do. I fight.
When outside when they was all running around, I ain't seen no running around saying, Sammy.
Acting like
Don't say something to me.
The dog was running out. I said, Mom, come on, baby, that girl down.
that's why
No,
come on. Tell people.
I am feeling it.
Promote yourself. That's what you're here for. No, literally, like literally, stand.
And he unstoppable, no matter what.
Oh, this is gonna be so good, y'all.
You do a great job.
I forgot $10 I hate myself.
That's what I think now, guys.
He was the one with the son that I got on, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But you can tell that easy when you speak. Yeah, very good.
Wait, which is
This is fine.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
The first that was breaking down.
Tracy, do you need mine? You need mine for me or no?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It was
We gonna fuck with that.
I don't care. It's okay. Even if I don't get back, it's like a very cheap thing.
wanna take nachos?
I'm good. I done had like 7 pictures out of the shop.
You gonna be on that cool in the night, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty much.
When I'm with you, no long. Don't break the car, so.
I think you about to go home.
It's a lot easier. It's like TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, see, like, I did have something like that. Just because I like the editing software. And so,
Now y'all know why I've always been the
I just wanna know when you go back to record wine and backyard today.
Yeah, you know the fire that's going out there?
I have a little thing out there, I'm a little bird.
So I'm trying to make that girl think you think.
It's not like everybody else, it'll just be us.
It's been helpful for everybody.
Yeah, and it's therapeutic.
Mental health is for everybody.
It's therapeutic.
I wanna wine in the backyard today.
We can whine and
Be back there like Jody Mama. Hello.
it's so beautiful.
I love it. And it's like, that's like, why? That's the first thing I do. Come on, talk about it. Right here, I can play.
But you know what?
And I don't mean that evil, so it's just, I can't have people have a long life. You know, they might talk about
That's my best friend. This guy who, like,
I'm the father of my sons because my father wasn't.
I actually believe it. Like, I can tell you so
Thank y'all.
I'm figuring this out. I'm figuring out why.
Which I started, like I said, I recently started pushing the page before I was pushing.
Yeah, no, I feel like I was starting to push for 3 years. Super consistent. And then I took like 2 years off, so it was like no point.
Friday, new episodes start from Spotify. And that's most podcasts. Yeah, actually, let me go ahead and interview now. Let's go live right now. I'm not saying. I show every on Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna do an interview. We're gonna do it on Wednesday. Huh? There's gonna be one. I don't know if that's like Instagram. I do.
Oh,
Like, yeah, my bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I only do a little. No, really don't. Well, it's not shooting a cut, because it.
You know what? Did they like that? Yeah.
I need to get on.
Thank you. Everybody filled it out?
Well, they're doing it, everybody's.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Just open up that door, it's right there on the table.
Oh, okay, I can't hear
I was probably asleep. You know, she has a drink. She don't drink.
Oh.
Tell Strawbella, would you give me a favor?
I just wanted to say.
Trey. Strawbella's gonna show me the Oculus.
Say that again, baby.
The Oculus. I was supposed to see the Oculus while I was here.
Oh, okay. Let me see it, because you probably fell asleep.
No, that's okay.
I told him. Yeah, I totally forgot about it, to tell you the truth.
Sorry about it.
Well, we all learned about each other today. A little something about each other anyway.
I don't learn more than a little something.
They must be outside smoking. Charlie. No problem. Yeah, I thought he was like that last same time. Tell you the truth.
Oh, no.
We also don't have any
A
other.
little bit too much lotion.
Is this it?
I'll probably get the word on.
Everyone finds
Thank you, mama. Oh, okay.
Should I just stay up there and lay down for a second? I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.